guys, today I'm here with a mini review and 3 looks 1 palette video using the Anastasia Soft Glam Palette. Quick side note, I am giving away a palette, not this palette, on my Instagram, so I did want to mention that quickly. International, it will be listed down below and it is open for the next couple days. But this video is exactly as the title states. I will be showing you 3 different looks using the Anastasia Soft Glam Palette. I also use this in a Get Ready With Me, so if you want a bonus 4th look, which is actually pretty similar to the look I'm wearing right now, I will link to that down below. But this is a really hot new palette, and sometimes you can rush into purchasing a palette and then you get it and you're like, I don't know what to do with it. And I'm not a makeup artist, but a lot of you aren't makeup artists either, so therefore these are all looks that we can achieve. I will have timestamps down below that will kind of guide you through the review if you're looking to skip ahead at all, but let's go ahead and get started. So the Anastasia Soft Glam Palette is the latest to the Anastasia palette dynasty, whatever you want to call it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't buy a ton of palettes, and for some reason I always gravitate towards the Anastasia palettes. I think it's because I have such a strong love for the modern renaissance, but this is very similar in format, in shape, in size, in price. It's $42 American, $55 Canadian. You're getting 14 shades in here, and they are the exact same size as what you're getting in the previous palettes. I'm not going to get into a ton the kind of shade comparisons because I think that video has been done a lot, and honestly, like, if you want to buy this and you don't care that there's a bunch of repeat shades in here, then that's up to you. And if you are kind of like, there's repeat shades, there's no point, I don't wear eyeshadow that much, also up to you. For me, it doesn't really bother me that there's repeat shades because there's not a ton, and I don't like to reach for multiple palettes as is, and I do find personally, but consider I am a big time makeup junkie, that there is enough difference between the 2 palettes to really enjoy them. In my opinion, the biggest difference between the 2 palettes are the shimmers. The shimmers never really got me going in the modern renaissance. It didn't bother me at all. I was kind of like, whatever. I loved the mattes, I loved the shade selection, and it didn't bother me at all. But in here, you are definitely getting stronger, more metallic shimmers, things that are a lot more bold and just a lot more punchy. So that is a really big difference in there. And then you're also getting a little bit, I wouldn't say necessarily cooler toned, but not as warm and deep and fiery as you got in the modern renaissance. So if that was just a little bit too far for you, then this could be a really good option. I think this could make a great everyday palette, bridal palette, makeup artist palette, nighttime palette. You can get just such a big variety of looks out of this, and I really like it. There was no real dud shades in here for me. The only kind of disappointment, which if you watch my Get Ready With Me, you would have noticed it in there, is the shade Orange Soda. That was in a palette that Anastasia had released years back. I can't remember what it was, but I had always looked at that shade and been like, ooh, Orange Soda, that looks so good. And that was the first shade I reached for when I went to use this palette. I threw it in my crease and I was like, where is it? So that could just be a skin tone issue for me. It just didn't really do much. Otherwise, I've had absolutely no issues with the shades. You do get a little bit of kickback. I got a little bit of fallout, but that doesn't bother me. They blend well. They last nicely on the eyes. I always wear an eyeshadow primer, so I had no issues there with quality or blending or building up the shades. They are quite pigmented. Go gently with the shades. Tap off your brush if you are a little bit too scared of adding too much product, and it's always easier to kind of build your way up. It comes in the soft packaging that we've come to expect from Anastasia, which can get quite dirty. Mine is actually holding up nicely so far, but I do have kind of a love-hate relationship with it because I think it does look super luxe and super beautiful, but as time goes on and you continue to use this palette a lot, it will get dirty. So I mean, it's not the end of the world, but just something to consider if you're not familiar with these palettes. This palette is also cruelty-free, and on the back you'll see that it says it lasts for 18 months. I don't even consider that when purchasing products, especially powder products, but with some of the former Anastasia palettes, they only lasted for like 6 months or 8 months or 12 months or something like that. Not that it's a huge consideration for me anyways, but it is something that I want to mention. So it seems like they have been working on that because that was a concern for some people. But overall, I really love this palette. Like I mentioned, I think it's so versatile. You're getting those pinks, kind of purpley mauve shades in there. Then you've got true browns, you've got warm browns. Then you've got a nice number of shimmers to kind of complement any kind of look, be it a mauve shimmer. The shade Bronze, I think, is my absolute favorite shade in the palette, although it's, to me, me it's not a true bronze. It's what I'm wearing on my lids right now, but it's so incredibly impactful, even with no Fix Plus, no glitter base, nothing. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I put it on with my finger. So really, really impressed with this palette. I think a lot of people will get a lot of use out of this. And if you were kind of dying to get the Modern Renaissance just because people were talking about it, but you knew you weren't going to reach for those shades because they may have been slightly too bold for you, I think that this is such a good option because it will push you into maybe a potentially different comfort zone if you're used to really light shimmers, kind of cooler shades, something like the original few Naked palettes that were out there. Those had never really appealed to me until they came out with the Naked Heat, and this is what I wish had been around like 5 years ago when the Naked palettes were causing such a stink because they were too cool tone for me. The shimmers weren't good, there was no good transition shades, and I feel like I'm just spoiled for choice with this palette. But let's go ahead and get into my looks. As I mentioned, they're not going to be incredibly elaborate by any means, and I do kind of do the same thing every time I do my eyeshadow because that's, you know, what I can do and what I find flattering on my eyes. But of course, take what I'm doing, be inspired by it, be intrigued by it, and kind of figure out how that's going to work on your face with your skin tone. And that is another thing I wanted to mention, is I do feel like this would be a good palette for the majority of skin tones. Something like the Orange Soda shade is not going to work on really deep skin tones. It will look a little bit chalky, and then there are some shades in there that will be quite deep on lighter skin tones, but I think the range is there that you're able to get a nice amount of shades without having a bunch of shades in here that you're not going to reach for. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the tutorials. So for this first look, I'm starting out with the shade Dusty Rose and putting that in my crease, outer corner, and building it up along my lower lash line. This is gonna kind of be like a soft mauvey pink look. Then in the outer corner of my eye and kind of moving it up towards the crease of my eye, I'm using Mulberry, which is a really beautiful deep shade, and it looks kind of messy at first, but when you blend it out, it's gorgeous. Then along my crease to warm up the entire look, I'm using Sienna, which is a great deep warm brown. And on my lids, I'm using a combination of Sultry and Rose Pink. I liked them best with my finger. You could use a Fix Plus to intensify them. And on my inner corner and brow bone, I used the shade Tempera. And that is the finished look, really soft. I was really happy with how that came out. For look 2, I went with something all matte. I wanted to see, or like 90% matte, I wanted to see how they all played together. So I'm using the shade Burnt Orange in the crease of my eye and along my lower lash line, and going back in with the shade Mulberry. I know I just used this in the outer corner, but this look is quite different, and blending that out on the outer corner. I just really do love that shade. Putting Sienna, which is another one of my favorite shades in the palette, on my lid. I really like this kind of look. This is a similar look to what I would create with the Modern Renaissance as well, kind of an all matte, quite warm look. And I got tons of compliments when I wore this in recent videos, so thank you. And that was just using a clean brush to blend things out and then deepening things up with Cypress Umber, which is a great kind of true deep brown on the lower lash line. Using Orange Soda, you'll see it really doesn't do much for the look, and then going in with Tempera again on my brow bone and blending things out a little bit further with some more burnt orange. On the inner corner, I did put a little shimmer. I put the shade Glistening, which I think is gorgeous, and I think it could actually, I think Glistening and Fairy could actually make great face highlights. But I was really, really happy with how this look came out. It's something that I would wear quite often. And for this last look, I used Burnt Orange again to kind of build up the color in my crease. That's just kind of something that I probably will do with most looks on the everyday when I'm using this palette. Using Rustic, which is a really great brown. There's a lot of really great matte browns in here that have just enough kind of difference in them to really help define looks and kind of mix them up a little bit. Then I'm taking Cypress Umber again to deepen up the outer third, and I really am going to be leaning on Cypress Umber in this look. I generally don't do such a cool or kind of neutral brown in the outer corner, but I did want to mix it up from the look I did in my most recent Get Ready With Me, but I did want to use that bronze shade because it's so pretty. And then just blending everything out with a clean brush. Going in with bronze, I like to use my finger with this. This is no wet base, no kind of Fix Plus or anything like that. It is such a truly gorgeous shade. And then on my inner corner, I'm using the shade Fairy. Kind of bringing that up to the inner third of my eye and back in with Burnt Orange just to warm things up slightly and blend it out. And then I'm going to go back in with a combination of Rustic and Cypress Umber to further deepen the outer third of my eye. And this look is just such a classic kind of brown and gold, really simple, but just a really beautiful look. So thank you so much for watching. As you may have guessed, I highly recommend this palette. Really enjoy it. Let me know if you have picked it up. If you haven't, the Sephora VIB sale is approaching. I don't know the dates yet, but as soon as I know the dates, I will get my Sephora VIB recommendations video up. Quick side note, I didn't mention this in the beginning because it is live on the Sephora site now, but I did order this from the Anastasia website, and I got just dinged to no end with customs fees and shipping and American dollars. So I do recommend, if you are Canadian, purchasing it from the Sephora website. You'll also get your VIB points, or whatever the points are called, from Sephora. And in addition to that, I do have the new bronzer. I use that in the Get Ready With Me from the Anastasia's new kind of collection that launched with this palette, and I really do like that bronzer as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT. Don't forget to enter my Instagram giveaway, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!